Welcome once again to another episode, or whatever you want to call it, webisode, or just welcome to my YouTube. Here, I'll go ahead and welcome again to my channel, where you will fix it with Izzy. Why is that? Because I am just... Okay, those first two attempts, yeah, I got tongue-tied and flustered. The actual intro that I wanted to do, well, it kind of goes along with everything else that happened on this call. Yeah, I didn't hit the correct button, so instead of having a nice little video intro that was actually pretty awesome, now I've got pictures. Anyhow, we are working on a gas range on this one, and I'm just going to take you from where the time lapse picks up as we're changing out the valve in the center. And yeah, I need to check my settings next time. Anyway, on with the episode. Okay, that didn't take too god-awfully long to do. Now we're going to disconnect that guy right there. And let's see, we got a screw right there we got to get out of the way. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and pull all our caps here. Goes out of the way. I'll feel up underneath it. Do I have any more screws? Yes. We're going to be switching to a 1/4 inch at this point in time, because the Torx bits up top, they're the reason why the top was in place. So we'll get these out and then I'll be right back. Okay, one other thing. You got one right there, one right there, 2 Phillips head screws that need to come out as well. So that's just one of those things that we did I not get all those quarters out? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Well, whoa. There we go. Set you right there where we can get a good look at what we got going on. Y'all can see my baldness and everything else. Get that. I thought I'm getting all these out. But you know what happens when you're not used to thinking, or you think, but you know, your thoughts are... Anyhow, that's what happens after you do this job for a while. Okay, let's get down here. We're going to pull this out of the way, set it off to the side, back over to here like this. Alright, we'll move that little piece of cardboard out of the way. I'm going to give this a little wiggle. Such, there we go. Now it's out. Okay. Highly important when you're dealing with gas. Before you start, do yourself a solid. Make sure that that valve is off, where that yellow line's connected, and you got the unit unplugged. The last thing we want to do is dump raw gas into the air and have something that'll spark, because I promise you, if you have hair and eyebrows, you won't afterwards. I guarantee it, because that little fireball will be the fastest trip to the barber you've ever seen before in your entire life. May even cook you a little bit, but you know, that's beside the point. Anyhow, we want to be safe. No matter what we're doing, always be safe. Kill your power, shut off your gas supplies, your water supplies, whatever you happen to be working on. Make sure everything's turned off so you don't have yourself a disaster on your hands and a really pissed off homeowner. That's the last thing you want. All right, so now we're back to here on this one. So before we take that screw out, we're going to disconnect that guy right there. So let's go over here to the magic bag. We're going to see if that's indeed the one. Am I that good? No, I am not. All right, let's try again. How about you? Da-da-da! Okay. Give it a little twist. I usually just set my screwdriver right there, because once you got this unscrewed and out of the way, I just simply slides like that. Okay. Now we need that guy right there off. That's going to be a Phillips. So, quick little refresher. 3 tools you will need to do this job. will be a 1/4 inch, a T10 Torx, and your P2 Phillips. Those are going to be what you need to get all this undone and out of the way and all that good happy stuff. Alright, yay, that finally come loose. Okay, when you're using both hands and you don't have a camera sitting in your hand, life's a lot better like that, and the job goes a lot easier. Now, I bet you're wondering, why did you do what you did and order what you want, what you did, and all that kind of good stuff? I'm going to show you, as always. Okay, here's our 2 valves. This one is our new one. That's our new valve right there. That's the one I'm taking off. You see the way that little gasket right there is all torn up, and let's get it real closer. How it's all torn up and everything. Well, this is your manifold that it sits on. So if that guy's all cracked and split, what winds up happening is it starts leaking gas out, and you get this god-awful gas smell in your house. Well, that takes care of it. And then, once everything is all said and done, the only gas smell that you're going to smell in the house is when somebody decides to fart. But anyhow, that's beside the point. Let's go ahead and get this other piece in here and get everything back together, and we're going to test it out. Okay, one thing I didn't address is this connector right here. Let's go ahead and do it like this. There, right there, you got the back behind there, you got the Phillips head screw that goes all the way down. Well, this end just kind of clips in as a saddle, that kind of thing. I should have said something about that to begin with when I started taking it apart, but I didn't because I'm in a hurry. But, you know, I just need to go ahead, take a few moments, slow down and all that good stuff. But, anyhow, we got that piece in. We're going to get the top back into place, get all the burners back in place, and plug it in, test it out, and all that good, happy, fun stuff. So, yeah, I'll be back momentarily. Okay. What I should have probably said in the beginning of the video, but I didn't. Because I'm me, and I'm scatterbrained. So if you hadn't figured that out about me by now, well, I am. Anyhow, this job is something that if you're somewhat handy, you can do this. It's nothing to be afraid of on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most difficult. This is about a 2, maybe a 3, tops. Just get the appropriate tools. And, you know, take your time. I mean, it's taking me longer because I'm doing a video than if I didn't. Because if I didn't do the video, I would have already been done by now. And been walking out there and all that good stuff. But, taking my time because I'm showing you guys, you know, and hopefully, you know, you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me know that, hey, you're doing a good job. Because if I don't hear back anything, well, it's really sad. But we'll worry about that later. Anyhow, got this back somewhat together. So let me get the top back into place, get all the burners in, get everything plugged in, and then we'll do some testing. So I will see you there in a sec. All right, so I got a pro tip for you on this one that just thought about while sitting here putting all these pieces in. And I'm going to show you this guy right here. Make sure we got you set and situated. All right, so when you're dealing with these gas burners, see how that does like that? If you try to put your screws in while it's sitting like that, you're going to have yourself a hard time. So what you want to do is this. Kind of go under a little bit, line you up a hole, go ahead. Start it by hand first. That way you can feel the threads. That way you're not going to strip anything out. and it'll actually fall in place like it's supposed to. Now, when you're getting everything lined up, if you have your finger on one of the support pins that's up under it, then you can maneuver it around to position it to where you can get your screws in. That way you get it started. That way you don't have to worry about everything falling down into place. Then you go ahead, do one up. There we go. Then you can go ahead and put the Makita to it, or whatever you're using, whether it's a hand tool or power drill, whatever the case is. You could use it and do it all up and get it all set. So then you don't have to sit there and worry about everything that's going 9 ways crazy. Because when we come over here and we'll look at this one right here, give a little push and you can see how that hole goes from being not aligned to lined up. We like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this up, get everything back together, and be right back at it. This is why you want to be very, very careful how hard you pull your trigger. As you can see, that has snapped. One of my favorite Torx bits, done for. So let's stick it back in here. Thankfully, this whole entire kit only cost me about $10, but I always keep some spares handy, just because I am who I am, and sometimes I get a little overzealous. So what I need to do now is find a little tiny guy to finish this up with. I think this one should do the trick. Yay, it does. So let's try not to tear this thing up too bad. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, no wonder my bit snapped. The good news is we still have 2 that are holding it in here, which is going to put our igniter in the proper position that it needs to be anyway. That one I'm not too worried about. Am I aggravated? Exceptionally. Because, it's one of the casualties of doing this job is you're going to go through a lot of tools. Mainly screwdriver bits and, oddball stuff like that. So, when you know what, I'm going to do something a little different here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that tip away. Put this one in its place. And then tear the rest of this down, because I'm actually done with the Makita. And done with my screwdriver. And because of how scatterbrained I really am, and I'm not joking about that one, if I don't put everything back up as I get done with it, there is a very, very, very excellent chance I'm going to leave it somewhere. Have done it before. We'll probably do it again at some point. But that's how the old bag looks. One of these days, I know I keep saying that I'm going to, make it right and get everything all set up and shoot a good video that's got the, what am I trying to think of? I don't even know at this point. I'm just kind of going through the motions. And nope. That is not you. That is you. Which means this will be you. And these 2 over here. And drop in one like so. And one like that. Now, got those on. Now let's get the caps on. So, the thing about these caps is if you clean the you-know-what out of your stove and everything, and you go to turn your stove back on after it's all said and done, and you get a really weird looking flame and it's all huge and blowing up all over the place, take a look at your cap and make sure it's sitting flat and level. Because if it's not sitting flat and level, you're going to have fire going all over the place and it's not going to go where it needs to be. It's going to look pretty much like, well, you'll find out. But anyhow, let's go back over to here. Have a little look down here, and can I reach it? Yay. All right. Now I've got it tightened up, so I'm not worried about that. Let's get that in there. Now, yes, I get myself into some interesting predicaments that requires me to be very flexible and limber. All right, let's slide this back in. All right, what time is it? 1:28. So let's set clock. And up until it says 1:20, well, probably 1:29 by the time I get to this part. 12, 20, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as you can see, if you hold it, it's going to go by tens. If you just tap, it's going to go individually. And then once that's done, you can leave it alone and you're fine. All right. Oh, excuse me. So what you want to do is, with the way the manifold is set up, you know it when you're looking at it, which side it's coming up from. Take the burner that is the farthest away from the manifold entrance, and in this case, it's going to be this guy right here. Go to your dial up front here. Want to hit that. Set it right there. This bit is my recital. I think it's very vital. To rock a rhyme, it's right on time. It's tricky, it's so tight. Here we go. Did I just really do that? Wow. Anyhow, there's our flame. So now we got gas in the manifold. Let's go over here to the one that we replaced. Roll into it. Looky there. We have flame. All's good. Go ahead and check out the rest of them. Alright, see how that flame's jumping around all over the place there? That tells me that cap might... Nope, it was not put into place. Remember what I was talking about earlier? That's what you're going to see. Now look. See how it looks much better now? So if you see that big ball of blue fluff coming out, as I call it, then you know you're all good. Now, you see how these flame bits got little orange things that flow through and all that? That is absolutely normal. Nothing to worry about. Now, if it's all orange, that's a whole nother story. That means you need to check out a few things. Now, when we're looking at this, we see some gaps down there and whatnot. Let's flip this over. Oh, that'd be why. Okay. Set that back down into place. Now, first grate. Second grate. Now, let's... Okay. Well, we have all of them going. All of them look good. No crazy looking flames anymore. That's why you always test everything out before you do anything as far as saying, hey, we're done. But in this case, we are done. So, with done being done, done. Okay, yeah, I'm being silly as hell now. With that being done, we can call this repair done. And if you're playing the done drinking game and you drink every time I say done, well, you're probably going to be pretty well tipsy at this point. Anyhow, we're all set. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And thanks for tuning in once again to my channel where we fix it with Izzy. And I guarantee you we're going to have some more videos coming down the line. So be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And drop me a message. You can check my bio, get my links, and all that kind of happy, fun stuff. And drop a line, say hi, or you suck, or whatever it is. I don't care. Just let me know something. Let me know somebody's watching. Anyhow, y'all take care. I'll see you on the next one.